Y'all probably think I'm wild as hell for like crying in my van, but hello everyone, happy Thursday. I am here in my van. As you could kind of see, I'm outside of the coffee shop where I usually do my thing. Y'all know I love to work at a coffee shop. I just decided to jump on camera because I've just been having like a lot of like thoughts in my brain. There have been things that I've been wanting to say in this Vlogmas series that I haven't quite figured out how to say them. I don't know, like, because I do kind of have an announcement to make. I'm just terrified of making this announcement because that means it's gonna be real. Once I like really put it out there publicly on the internet, that means it's gonna be real. So I don't think I'm going to be making that announcement today, but I am gonna talk about something else. One thing I really wanted to talk about was my tech journey, because I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I haven't really been posting a lot of tech stuff. I have not been going as hard with the coding and stuff recently, even though I do have a project that I am currently working on with a group of friends, which is another thing that I will talk about at another time. Tech has not really been on top of the agenda lately. Y'all know that I've spent basically the majority of 2025 on the job market hunting for my first role in software engineering. That has been a journey. Y'all saw my talk at the beginning of the year where I talked about, my self-taught journey, how I learned how to code, how I was looking for a job or an apprenticeship or something. I guess I could say that was kind of a fail, because currently I do not have a job in tech. I have a job, but I will get to that in a little bit. Like, it's not a full-time job or anything either, but we will get there. But anyway, that job hunt really broke me. I won't lie to you. I applied to probably thousands of places, y'all. I just didn't get anywhere, did not get an interview, did not get a call back. I did make the first round for one apprenticeship that I applied to earlier this year. I applied to the Pinterest apprenticeship back when I was making that video all those months ago about my software engineering journey. I mentioned that there was an apprenticeship that I was trying to get. I think I talked about the online assessment that I had to take for that. I didn't name the company, but I'm gonna name it now because now I don't care. That was the furthest I got this whole year, was round one of a Pinterest apprenticeship that I ended up not passing, which was rough. The thing is, I think I chose the absolute wrong time to get into tech, y'all. I chose the worst time because, as I mentioned all those videos ago, I started learning how to code in January of 2023. And at that time, the tech industry was a completely different place than what it is right now in December of 2025. Back then, and I did mention this before, all the rhetoric online was that, oh, if you learn how to code on your own, you could easily get a job within 6 months. All the tech companies are hiring you. You could get a job. You're basically set for life. That's literally what they were saying on the internet, you guys. Like, oh yeah, just learn how to code real quick. You don't even have to be that great at it. Just, if you know these things, and they had a short list of things that you needed to know. If you know these things, you will get a job and you will be good forever, because the tech companies really need people. Between January 2023 and maybe January 2024, things started to take a turn. There's so many things that they have said. I don't even really fully believe all the excuses that they've made, because one of the big excuses was AI. The fact that AI came onto the scene, and apparently, like, if you're good at prompting AI, you can code whatever you need to code. And while there's some truth to that, I still feel like actual software engineers are needed in the industry, people who actually understand code, how it works with like existing software and that kind of stuff. Like, you still need people who know how to do this stuff to get these jobs done. But I totally digress. AI definitely changed things, but I also think it is just the industry as a whole. I don't really want to get too political, because I don't want this channel to be about political stuff. I think about political stuff all the time. As a Black woman living in America who's a child of immigrants, I literally have to deal with the repercussions of whatever is happening at the time. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. There's also like economic things going on, like with corporations right now. It's their market, right? They're able to charge whatever they want to charge. They're able to do whatever they want to do. And we've seen that in the job market, how they've been laying off so many people because they just want to maximize profits. That's literally what all it is. These people want to hoard as much money as they can. They don't want to hire people, or they don't want to keep employees that they have to pay. I think that's part of it. They just want to minimize as many people. They're not hiring entry-level people. They're not hiring people with computer science degrees that have just graduated. They're not hiring self-taught people anymore. As I was going through this whole self-taught software engineering journey, all the doors that people mentioned as doors of getting in the industry were closing as I approached them. Like, I would be running towards a door and the door would slam in my face every single time. All the apprenticeships that everyone was telling you to get, they just started disappearing. There were so many apprenticeships that people were saying, oh yeah, if you get into this apprenticeship, you'll do well. That list, there was a list of apprenticeships like this long, and then it got 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 this long. And like, I'm in an apprenticeship group on Discord. There's a lot of people struggling to get a placement. They can't. They've been doing this for years and they cannot get a placement. And I don't think it's to do with anyone's skill necessarily. I think it's just because the industry just does not want to hire people. Or if they want to hire people, they do not want to hire people from America because apparently we're dumb. Because that was something that has also come up. Companies have said that they prefer to like outsource engineers to from like Asia and India, that kind of stuff, which is like a whole different political conversation as well that I don't want to get into. But there's a lot of reasons why this did not work out. I'm really sad because on one hand, I feel like I wasted the past 3 years of my life doing this. I started January of 2022. It is December of 2025. It's basically been 3 years going full steam ahead with this tech journey. And while it was really cool to learn all that stuff, I wish that I had kind of looked a little bit deeper into what was happening in the industry in the beginning. Because, okay, I did do a lot of research. I don't want to say that I didn't do research. I did do research. I did see what the salaries were, see who was hiring, see the apprenticeship opportunities, see like all the entry level job opportunities that were listed. I did look, but I probably should have kept a closer eye on stuff once I saw that like things in the political sphere were changing, things in the tech sphere were changing. Once ChatGPT really came onto the scene, like I wish I had, I don't know. I honestly, I'm saying all this stuff, but I genuinely don't know what I could have done differently, except maybe be a doubter earlier and pivot earlier. But even then, like if I had pivoted earlier too, like I just don't know. Like this really and truly just was not the time. I think I decided back in, I think maybe August, to try to go in a different direction. I have been working, even though I have kind of like been doing a little bit of tech stuff still, it's definitely not to the extent that I was doing at the beginning of this year. But August was when I really started to kind of make a shift and say, okay, I need to start looking at other opportunities because I don't think that this engineering is working out for me, which is really sad. I started applying to other types of jobs, different tech adjacent jobs, not necessarily engineering, but I started applying to like product manager jobs, which was kind of wild because I literally have no qualifications for that. But I was just like, let me just see. Did not hear back from anything. I applied to a lot of like legal jobs, not ones that are necessarily like you have to be an attorney for them, but things that like if you have a legal background it might help you. Legal compliance, legal operations, that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I wasn't chosen for those either because I don't have experience in those fields. Even though I do have a law degree, I have a JD. That did not work out for me well, sadly. Not just that too, I was applying to like remote stuff. I mean, I did apply to some in-person things, but it was mostly remote work, and those are like super competitive now because no one wants to go to the office. And I don't blame them because I don't want to go to the office either. Yeah, the remote opportunities did not work out so well, which was really sad. But I applied to a ton of those, did not hear anything back. The job market is horrible. If you've applied to a job in the past year, I really feel for you because I'm sure your information has been spammed out there to all kinds of companies. Y'all, I get so many spam calls right now. I get so many spam calls, like every single time. Let's talk about that real quick. Every single time I was putting out job applications over this past year, I would get a nefarious amount of spam texts, spam calls, and spam emails, because these freaking companies, I don't know if it's the actual businesses themselves that you would apply to, like the companies themselves, or if it was like the middleman, like LinkedIn or Indeed or whoever else had the job listings. Someone out there is selling our data, which is really, really ghetto. And I wish I wish I could come in there with a cool, like, oh, if you want your data off the internet, use this service and use code Brittany for whatever % off. I wish I could have come in there with one of those like data broker ad spots that a lot of YouTubers have, but unfortunately I am not there yet. Manifesting one day that I would have hella sponsored content like that, because your girl needs the money. But anyway, they're selling our data, and it's really horrible that these entities can get away with selling our data like that when they know that you're looking for a job. They're just like making so much money off of people applying, which is just disgusting. But anyway, what was I saying? I applied to all these jobs, not just software engineering, but I applied to QA, quality assurance tester, for software, because they're like, oh, well, it's easier for you to get a software engineering job if you start as a QA tester first. That's a lie, because the QA tester jobs was hard as hell to get to. And I have no idea how to practice that, because they use like a totally different set of skills, set of software, like Jest and what's the other one, Mocha and V-Test and all this kind of stuff. I didn't know how to practice that stuff. I tried it, did not work. I told you about the legal adjacent jobs. I just started applying to anything at certain points. Like, there was this one website that I found called 1000 Remote Jobs, and I was like literally applying to everything that looked like I could barely qualify for. Because there was, things were rough, y'all. I could not get a call back from anyone, which really, really sucked. At that point in August, because I was doing this like throughout the summer, and in that point in like August, September, I was like, this isn't working, and I think you need to do something else. I've had an idea for a long time for something. I don't think I'm gonna explicitly say what I'm doing right now in this video. Y'all are gonna have to catch me at another one, because I think I want to do something more for that. And I kind of started that video already, so we'll see how I feel going on. But I had this idea for something for the longest time. I decided in August, September, if not now, when? If not now, when? And it scared the crap out of me, because this is a dream that I've had forever, and it scares me to actually put it out there that I'm doing it, because I'm worried that if I try it and I fail, that's the end of my dream. It's been really scary to like, I'm even getting emotional about that, but like, it's been scary to like really believe that I'm actually doing this thing now that I've always wanted to freaking do, and I just really don't want it to fail. And I know there's a big chance that it could, just because things are just so freaking weird right now in our country, in our economy, in our society. Just like everything is weird. But I'm gonna try. Maybe this is the time that I just really need to do it, and it'll happen for me. I really hope that's the case, and I can't wait to share it with y'all. Even though I'm terrified, it definitely deserves more justice than this video with me just sitting and blabbing in my van. Like, it has to be something better than this setting right here. But yeah, like, I just decided to switch gears. And what I was really thinking about as I was driving to my coffee shop to work, and the reason why I just picked up the camera and started wanting to talk to you guys, is the fact that I don't think I've ever really shared this with anybody. Maybe like one or two friends when I'm really like being vulnerable. December is usually my hardest month. But it's the end of the year. It is also like a new beginning, because my birthday is on December 6th. It's kind of the time where I really start to audit my life. And oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional, you guys. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm trying not to cry. But December is a time where I really audit my life, and I look at all the things that I've done over the past year, I beat myself up a lot. Like usually every December, internally, I'm beating myself up. I look back and I'm like, I'm not where I want to be. That's usually what I'm saying most of the time in December. Like, oh, I didn't accomplish this, I didn't accomplish that, you know, I'm still single, I didn't get married, I'm turning whatever age and I still don't have a boyfriend, or I'm turning whatever age and I'm still, you know, living with my mom, or oh God. Y'all, I was not expecting this. I'm turning a certain age and X, Y, and Z still hasn't gotten done. And that's usually what I am beating into myself every December, which is why, like, a lot of the times I travel for my birthday, because I have to get out of my environment to not beat myself up so much. Oh my God. This is the first year in my life that I did not get that feeling. This is the first year in my life that my birthday came and I didn't hate where I was in life. And I think it's because I'm actually doing the thing that's my dream. I think it's because of that, which makes me feel like I'm finally on the right path. Even if it could fail, even if it might not work out, this is it, y'all. This is probably what I was supposed to be doing this whole time. I don't know. This probably seems like super dramatic and y'all might not get where I'm coming from, and y'all probably think I'm wild as hell for like crying in my van, but this is the first time that I did not hate myself in December, because like I'm actually excited, even though things are still not where I want them to be, even though yes, I could do with a lot more money. Yes, I don't have a job. I have a little part-time job, which is where I was originally coming on here to talk to y'all about too. Things are definitely not perfect. The motions haven't fully been made, but I'm making them happen. And it's something that I've always wanted to do. And the fact that I gave myself permission to actually do that thing is mind-blowing. It's wild. It's exciting. I just want to see where it leads me in 2026, because I don't think I've ever given myself permission to do what I've actually wanted to do ever. Because okay, let's talk about my life just in general, right? Hold on, let me try to stop crying first of all. Oh my God. In high school, I wanted to be a doctor, and honestly, like, yes, I wanted to be a doctor because I did find biology, science, that kind of stuff interesting, but I always felt like there was an artistic side to me too. There was always like an artistic side of me that wanted to come out. So when I was in high school and middle school, I was really big into playing the violin. And I loved playing violin. That was my favorite thing to do ever. I met most of my best friends because of the violin. Every time I played, I just felt so like locked into life and the universe. And it was beautiful. And I miss that so much. And I'm here crying again. Oh my God. But like, that was something that just genuinely made me happy, even though like it had drama like with it too. Playing the violin genuinely made me happy. I just loved performing and being an artist and being creative, all that kind of stuff. Like, it just made my life beautiful. And there was a time that I had to give that up because going to college, unfortunately, the doctor thing didn't work out. Like, I ended up changing my major because I was basically talked into changing my major by an academic advisor who basically said I'd never get into medical school because I did not make the best grades in chemistry. I got a C in chemistry, and they're like, oh no, you're never gonna get into medical school with those grades. You should consider something else. And then I ended up picking sociology and going to law school because I figured that was easier. I ended up giving up violin because I had classes that conflicted with orchestra in college. My sociology classes that I needed for my major conflicted with orchestra, and I ended up just saying, okay, I'm gonna take a pause, and I never went back to it, which was really sad, but that's a whole nother story. You see how like in life I ended up choosing more practical things over the stuff that made me happy. And I realized that was a pattern of mine, because also when I was in college, I really wanted to do a YouTube. I always felt like I would thrive on YouTube, and I just didn't do it. That was 2008. I told this story before, and I ended up choosing academics over YouTube because I was paying a ton of money for college. I needed to graduate, and that wasn't practical, right? Who knows what my life would have been if I had done YouTube back in 2008. My life has just always seemed to be an exchange of non-practical fun things versus practical things that I think are gonna make me successful. Other people's definition of success and things that make me happy. Those things never meet in the middle. They never meet in the middle. And I'm starting to feel like I shouldn't have been chasing the practical, and I should have been chasing what made me happy this whole time. Because I think my success is over here. I think that in life, if I finally start to chase this, I will do amazing things, because chasing this just does not work out for me every single time. I went to law school and hated it. It wasn't going well. Like, I was not making the best grades, and I probably could have made a life as a lawyer, but I would have been hella unhappy. Let's be real. I would have been so unhappy. But if right now I'm giving this a chance, finally, even though I'm having a part-time job that's like more on this side, I'm hoping that like the extra time from that I could put into this will turn out to be something spectacular. So I can't wait to announce this thing. Hopefully soon, hopefully before Vlogmas is over, I'll finally get the balls to tell y'all what I'm up to. But I don't know. It's also been hard just because like November and December have just been a lot. Like getting into the part-time job, this ended up taking away from this. But I'm hoping that I figure out how to put this on autopilot so that I could focus more on this. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, you guys, I think I'm gonna cut this because I'm getting way too emotional, and I don't usually show this side of me. Whenever I'm crying, I cry in private. I don't like to cry in front of people. I get so scared of telling people like what my actual dreams and feelings and all that kind of stuff are, because I feel like people would use that and like either pray against me or throw it in my face. So this is a lot to share, but I hope that this inspires someone. I hope that this helps someone somehow. I hope that whoever watches this really is kind and could help me manifest this stuff. Like, I hope that y'all have like good intentions for me, and that you wouldn't pray against me, that you wouldn't want me to fail. I hope that you guys like help cheer me on, because this is scary and it's a lot, but I really want to be here, and I really hope that it ends up being the thing that I've been missing my entire life. Yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, you guys, if you like this weird vulnerable stuff where I'm like crying and whatever, give this video a thumbs up. What do you wish for? Put a wish in the comments and hopefully it will come true for you. Like, let's all put our wishes out there and our dreams and hope that somehow like we could together manifest the things that we really want in life. Because I'm 36, you guys. Like, this is middle age. This is middle age. It is time to lock the F in and like get our stuff together, because there is no sense in living this life that's so freaking unhappy. Like, so many horrible things happen in the world all the time, and it does not make sense for us to not choose the things that really make us feel alive, because our time here is so short. If we keep choosing this like mediocre crap, then what is the point of it all? But yes, have a great day, you guys, and I love you all. Thank you. If you stuck here and listened to this, thank you. I really appreciate you. Bye, guys.